So you guys gonna send it out, Mayor. You gonna do a town hall meeting? That's what you just said, right? I'm just making sure I heard that right. Is that right?
It's in the minutes, trustee.
Okay, well, thank you. That's all I wanted. Town hall meeting. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi guys, welcome back. If you want to know why Tiffany Henyard has that smug look on her face, go ahead and stick around because we're picking back up from where I left off in my last video. And we're looking at a board meeting from the month of October dating back 4 years. And this board meeting actually took place 7 months before Tiffany was sworn in as mayor. And so during this board meeting and around this time, Tiffany really felt like she had it in the bag and she was really campaigning hard. So let's go ahead and continue to watch. And then I'll chime back in.
That's a corporate bill that I'm going to read in, and I'll propose that we do the payment collectively. Corporate bill payments electronic register number 172 has corporate payments of $39,832.21. Melanie Fitness Center register payments of $16,977.34. Motion that we pay the bills collectively.
I have a question. Could somebody explain to me the Melanie Fitness Center, the dollar amount as in comparison to months prior, how it went from $1,492.98 for the September 8th registry to $16,977. It's something that I hadn't seen, and somebody tell me what that jump. What's that about?
So what I found really interesting about this part of the meeting is that Trustee Denton, the one who just spoke up, actually brought a concern about the amount bill for Melanie Fitness Center. I say this because Trustee Denton has been known to just kind of sit there through the board meetings and then just cast her vote. She rarely ever spoke up and questioned things. In fact, Tiffany even called her out on this in one of the older board meetings when some of the members of the board wanted to remove Tiffany Henyard from the chair of the Housing Committee. I know, gee, I wonder why, because we all know Tiffany is just a ball of joy to work with and a blessing to be around, right'n? Let's look at this clip where Tiffany mentions Trustee Denton and accuses her of just sitting there and just being pretty much a yes man. Let's watch.
I hope that this board would reconsider this. I will hope that people just don't give that vote just to get along. Again, I stated for the record, if I did something, I understand why I'm being removed. I haven't done anything but spoke the truth. So if I can have your support, especially coming from Trustee Denton, I will respect that more than anything than just vote with the board just because it feels right. Thank you.
Mayor, may I be recognized? I just have to say this.
You the flip vote. No matter what you think. One thing I'm gonna tell you about this board. If it's for you guys, and it's one person that can make or break a team, period. You don't have to always go with the team, period. And that's all I'm trying to make sure I educate people that's new up here. And the two newbies are Trustee Ben and Trustee House. But you got to have your own voice. You can't just vote with them just because they set you down and say, I don't need your vote today. It got to make sense. You have to live with that at the end of the day. I don't care if they like me or not. I'm still going to speak on what I need to speak on. Now, if I'm a roll with it, I'm a roll with it. If I'm not, I'm not. So that's all I asked of her. I call everybody up here. No one picks up my call. I call you, Trustee. I reached out because I said you should hear both sides. Don't just listen to one side. If they tell you something, it's like they brainwash you. They telling you something, and then you just roll with it, but you don't hear my side. So when I have them on the agenda, I'm talking about the agenda. I'm not talking like we want to be girlfriends and let's go out. I'm talking, okay, I got 4 items on the agenda. Can we sit down like ladies and discuss this? That's what I normally ask. But nobody wants to talk. That's bad. And I'm the youngest one on this board, and I'm sitting here reaching out to y'all. Stop.
You guys, it's just unbearable to listen to her sometimes. So as we can see, even when she's trying to convince someone to vote for her, first of all, like, as if really, Tiffany, get over yourself. She can't contain her true nature, which is very rude, very disrespectful. She's telling people they're brainwashed. She's saying, oh, why don't you pick up the phone when I call you, because you act like this, maybe. And so she really expected Trustee Denton to change her mind and vote in favor of her after talking about her like this. She basically called her R stamp. She said she's brainwashed. It's just beyond me the way she treats people sometimes and then expects something in return. That's why the Board of Trustees don't work with her either in Thurin Township and in Dolton. It's ridiculous. No one wants to work with her. And that's why things are crumbling. That's why Dolton is in a deficit. That's why Thurin Township is slowly falling apart, because she is the quote-unquote leader in both of those places, meaning she is the common denominator. So obviously, you guys, Tiffany was not able to stay the chair of the Housing Committee. Surprise, surprise. Just no one wanted to deal with her. Getting back to this board meeting, And the reason why I think Trusty Denton is actually spinking up right now, because like I said this 7 months before Tiffany became mayor, meaning it's election time, and so people are looking to keep their positions, so Trusty Denton is probably trying to show her worth and being more assertive so she can be reelected into being a trustee. All right, that being said, let's get back to this board meeting.
$16,977.34.
Yeah, with Trustee House. Or you have the register?
I have the register. I see the line she's talking about. I think Chris is probably the best time to outline which bills are paid on that.
So, Trustee, the reason for the large jump part of it, we had about $8,000 in ComEd for electricity for the fitness center, and then we had repairs to the steam room of about another $8,000.
That wasn't repairs. That was that dated invoice. One of the repairs.
Okay, I'm like, but it's not open. Why are we repairing? Okay, so that's
that dated invoice.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was just provided to us this month.
So basically, Trustee Denton's question was a really good one. What the accountant said is that this was an old invoice that was never presented or something never bought up. But then all of a sudden it magically appears, which is very weird, very shady, I think. But let's go ahead and get to the juicier part of this board meeting, because Tiffany Henyard brings a little bit of heat towards Trustee Ed Steves and the mayor, because she is in disagreement with the way they are handling the Melanie Fitness Center. Let's watch.
The other one, he's there, he answers phone calls, so he's there 4 hours. He may be there, I think, 16 hours or 12 hours a week. He does with and stuff like that. The only person who's over there on the regular is
Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray, but Mr. Gray's only there 3 times. He's just checking the pool, but the detox cafe is open Monday through primarily Saturday, sometimes Saturday, Monday through Friday, from 7 to 3. Yeah.
So let me make sure I understood here. Y'all got an employee over there for 4 hours? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
For what?
There's still
You said answer the phone?
There's still phone calls. There's still cleaning that goes on over there. It's still stuff that people still come over there and ask questions. It's still a necessity to have somebody over. We can reduce the hours, but that's been going on since the beginning of COVID.
And it's important. It's important to have somebody. Trust me. It's also important to have somebody there to check on a regular basis to make sure nothing goes out, nothing happens, where it get to the extent where it will cause extensive damage.
Mayor, you just said
Ken Gray's on the air from 5 in the morning. He just comes early at 5 in the morning, maybe 2-3 hours, just to check the food, just to maintain the food. That's before anybody gets it. So you still have a person to come there because the detox cafe is just women in there. So sometimes the guy Mark Floyd comes in and he helps out throughout the day. So it's good to have still a male presence there when you have women in work. But Ken Gray, he's there early in the morning, 5 something in the morning, and he's only there for a few hours. He's there before anybody gets there.
Okay. Right, this is my concern, just saying, from a business point of view. We are paying for something we're selling, we're no longer utilizing due to the fact of COVID. So I don't understand why we keep that expense of an employee. If you got phone calls coming forward to the village city hall, you don't keep an employee to answer the phone. It don't make sense to me. It's like wasting dollars. I'm just telling you from a business point of view, I wouldn't do it for myself. I would do it to my cell phone. I would keep an employee to it. So it doesn't make sense. And then a young lady, wait a minute, Mayor, hold on, let me finish. Then a young lady, she's renting space. So now you telling me using the guy as security for the lady that's renting the space? She's renting the cafe. 2 different businesses. So I'm just trying to understand why we're spending taxpayer dollars on something that's closed and you're selling.
We still have a big investment there. We have a big investment there. And we need to have somebody check it on a regular basis to make sure.
You got the guy. You said the pool guy, so he's the maintenance guy, correct? He's the maintenance guy, right?
All he does is tend to the pool. That's it.
Okay, then you got Scott. Don't Scott go check on all our properties? Scott does all the maintenance in the village, right?
That's it.
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. We should plan differently for the So I'm just saying that and I'm gonna leave it alone. You should plan differently for it.
So as we can see, she felt very passionate about the way that the mayor and trusted Steve were handling the Melanie Fitness Center, because she feels like they should make other plans for it, plans like paying for a $50,000 police sign to put it on the building when you know it can't be a police station. Yes, that's what she did as mayor, so the Melanie Fitness Center never recovered from COVID basically. But as Mayor Tiffany Henyard said, she wanted to turn half of the Melanie Fitness Center into a police station, and then the other half into a community center sulf-free pool for the residents. Well, she went ahead and bought the sign for it, which costed over $45,000, mind you, without it ever being approved, moved without, just planning for it at all. So there's just an empty building there that looks like it's a police station, which I'm sure could be a liability to the village. If people actually thought that that was a police station and there was something going on and they tried to run to that police station, which was mentioned in one of the board meetings by Trustee Tammy Brown. But what does Tiffany do? She brushes it off, of course. She doesn't want to admit any mistakes, because that was a huge one amongst other things. And then people wonder why Dolton is in a deficit because of spending like that. But yeah, as we can see, the wheels in her head were just turning round and round. She was getting very agitated because she already had plans of what she wanted to do, not only with Melanie Fitness Center, but a lot of other places in Dolton, such as those vacant properties. All right, that's a whole another story. So let's go ahead and continue, because she is not done yet with the disrespect. Okay, in this board meeting, it gets a little bit worse as we go on. So just for a little context, before I get it started, they're talking about a land again, that the mayor is trying to do something with, trying to sell it or lease it out, I'm not sure. But Tiffany is pressing the issue that the land has like a toxic issue with the soil, and so they need to test it, or something like that. So said before, if you